welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you are new. So I had done a video a little bit ago and I asked kind of what was it like to homeschool in different states, because being in PA, I am in sort of like a more regulated state. They really do have a lot of requirements that some people don't have in other states, but there are also a lot of options. And I had so much fun learning about how things were in other states. If you didn't get a chance to comment on that video, I would love to hear from you in this video, what homeschooling is like in your state when it comes to just regulation, requirements, all of that kind of stuff, what you like, what you don't like about it. I loved learning that from all of you guys, so make sure to leave that information in the comments. But as I said, I am in the state of Pennsylvania. It is considered a state that does regulate a good amount more than a lot of other states. But as I said, we also do have a lot of options. And with that said, I'm technically not even homeschooling this year. And so I will talk a little bit more about that. But I started off with just doing toddler stuff for my oldest daughter, Alani. We started doing things when she was, basically since she's been born, but we started doing more focused educational things when she was around 2. And we just kept doing that for fun. Last year, since it was kind of kindergarten for her, I decided to really focus more on what curriculum we like and what she enjoyed more when it comes to how we approached her education, as well as her subjects that she gravitated more toward, those types of things. And in my state, you do not have to do anything with the district. No communication is needed until the child is turning 6 before the school year. So Alani was 5 last year and she is 6 this year. So when the typical school year would start, she is going to be 6. So this is the first year that I did have to contact the district and let them know my intent when it comes to Alani's education. With that said though, I did go through a different process because, as I said, I'm not homeschooling. Now, I did not look this up for every state in the United States, but just at a quick glance, I did see that Florida and even Hawaii have some options similar to Pennsylvania. Just so that I don't get any of these wrong, I'm going to read them right from my phone. But in Pennsylvania, there are 4 options. 1 is homeschooling under the homeschool statute. 2, homeschooling with a private tutor. 3, enrolling your child in a satellite of a religious day school. And 4, enrolling your child in the satellite of an accredited day or boarding school. So within all of those options, I am doing option 2. So option 2 would be a private tutor. Now, if you've seen my videos before, yes, I am still the one who is in charge of my daughter's education. I am not hiring an outside private tutor. What I am able to do as a certified teacher in the state of Pennsylvania is I am able to be that private tutor for my daughter. So I'm technically not homeschooling. I am technically private tutoring. There are different ways that I have to approach communication with the district. There are different forms. There are different regulations. All of those types of things change depending on what homeschool option you are doing. So for me, it is important to say that I am technically private tutoring when I speak to my district, but when it comes to my YouTube videos, just to make things easier, I'm homeschooling. A lot of the things I'm doing are going to be similar to anyone else who is homeschooling. I'm just going the private tutor route. Now, with the private tutor route, one of the biggest things that is helpful for me is I don't have to have an evaluator. I do not have to pay someone to come and check a portfolio and make sure that we're doing everything right. I don't have to do any of that. I am the certified teacher. I don't have to hire a certified teacher to check on us. So that is one of the biggest things that really drew me to the private tutor option. I am still doing everything that we are supposed to do. I still keep work. I still am going to have a portfolio. I think it's very important to keep some sort of binder, folders, whatever your system is, just in case anyone was to want to check and make sure everything was above board, everything was the way it was supposed to be. So that is something that I will still be keeping up with. I just don't have someone that has to come and make sure we're doing the right thing. If you are homeschooling in your state, I would love to know, because I know some states don't even require that. I would love to know if you do have to have an evaluator or whatever it would be called in your state come to look through a portfolio or anything like that. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. But as I said, since I am a certified teacher, I can be the private tutor, and it really doesn't cause any sort of trouble for me to just switch and go onto that path. The only area where it actually gets complicated is high school, because I cannot give a diploma. So she would have to do one of the other options or actually go to a brick and mortar high school to get a diploma. I've always said we're taking this homeschool journey one day at a time, so I don't even know if we'll still be homeschooling in high school. It really just depends on what works best for my girls and our family. As I mentioned, I had looked at a few other states to see what different options are. I did see a lot of states just have one option, but as I said, some states like Florida and Hawaii, I did see that there was a private tutor option. If you are in a state and you are actually using the private tutor option, I would love to know, because I haven't found too many other people. I do belong to a group on Facebook that has other people who are using the private tutor option in Pennsylvania. But outside of that, I really don't know too many people who are taking this route for home education. And for that reason, since it's not as popular as a choice, sometimes it's very confusing for the districts. So I had a lot of help with HSLDA when it came to getting our school year started, because there was a lot of confusion with the school district as to what I needed to provide as a private tutor, which is a lot different than what I need to provide if I was homeschooling. If you're not familiar with HSLDA, it is Homeschool Legal Defense Association. I started using it a few years ago when Alani was still just doing pre-K stuff, because it was a free membership, which they don't offer anymore. I wish they did. But it was a free membership when she was pre-K, and I took advantage of the discounts I was able to get with that free membership. And now, obviously, I'm using it because I want to have that backup if there are any questions or if there are any issues when it comes to communicating with the districts. As I said, I did have some complications in the beginning with communicating with the district that I am in, but they stepped in and helped. And when we move, if you didn't see my last video, we're moving. When we move, it will be another district. So I'm really hoping that I don't have to reach out to them again. I'm hoping it's a smooth transition, but if it is not, I know who to call. I don't really have too much more to say on the topic of private tutoring, but if you do have any questions, just make sure to leave them in the comments. And again, I would love to know what the different options are where you are, what option you have chosen, if there are even any options. As I said, I did see a lot where there is just like one path. But I know that there are a lot of states that have just so many different ways of going about homeschooling, or even countries, because I definitely have heard from people in other countries and how things are where they live. So I will continue to say homeschooling, use homeschooling. That is just going to be the easiest way to go about things. But I just wanted to make sure that I was letting you guys know that technically what I am doing this year and for this foreseeable future is private tutoring. So if you have made it this far in this video, thank you so much for watching. If you're not yet subscribed, please subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.